Sometimes you can't sugarcoat it. You can't make it seem like it's better than what it is. You can't lie to cover it. It is what it is. In the words of Pastor Laverne, who preached many years ago, one of the best sermons I ever heard. It is what it is. Baby, that set me free. So anyway, my sister, when she was a baby, and she remembers her biological mother had cancer. She remembers she was about the age of 1, maybe 1.5. She remembers her mother sitting, they were in Kansas, and her mother was sitting in the chair. This is my older sister, Mary. She was sitting in the chair, and she remembered her mother saying, "Mary, call for help. Mary, call for help." She said, I was so little, I remember that so vividly, but I don't remember. She didn't know how to dial a phone. There wasn't no 911 in 1970. Okay. And she didn't know what to do. She was like a baby. But she has that memory. She remembers her mother sliding down in a chair onto the floor. And she remembers a puddle of blood in the seat where her mother was. And I think she remembers that to this day because it was so graphic. And it's just an imprint on her mind. I thought she was a baby. And her mother did not get a chance to get to know the beautiful woman that she is. Her mother didn't get a chance to raise her. But at least her mother had a chance to give her life. To give her life for a year. So at least she had a chance to get started. And Mary's father, who's my father, married my mother. And bam, here I go. And this beautiful family ensued. Not a perfect family, because child, we had some stuff going on. Not a perfect family, but a good family and a good foundation. And God gave Mary a stepmother who loved her, who raised her to be a woman of God, who took care of her and all this stuff. And bless my dad with a powerful woman of God, a wife that helped him raise his 2 kids. Well, guess what? My mom had a package of her own. My sister. And so, when they got married, God blessed my mom to have a wonderful dad for her little girl, who was only like 2. Then they both got together, and here I come. What's up, everybody? So this wonderful family was created through pain and through tragedy. My dad was a widower. Here, Mary remembers seeing her mom slide down in blood in the sea. But at least her mother was here long enough to give her life. And her brother, which is my brother, William, to get, and they have another brother, Daryl. We have another sister, Ann. Y'all, it's a long story. Y'all know, some of y'all got situations, y'all know. But we're all a family, and we all love each other with all this people here, there, and there, and there. And I just thought about that. At least she got her here and gave her a chance to live. And look what God did, gave her another family. My own mother, who her mother had cancer. My grandmother was 39 years old when she died. She had a bunch of kids. I think my mom said 15 kids. By the time she was 39 years old, she had cancer. And I've told this before, but y'all, this story is so good, I had to tell y'all again. It just, not that it's a good story, but boy, it's powerful. It changed me. And her name was Harriet. I'm named after my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, Harriet. And so when it came time for her, she was actively dying. And from what my mother told me, her dad took her to the hospital. Then he could see that she was dying. And the last thing that my grandmother said to my mother was 11. She said, "Haja, I'm going," y'all almost want to cry when I say that because it touched me so. She said, "I'm going away and I may not come back." She said, "But I want you to be a good girl and don't bring shame on the family." And she passed away like the next day or the day after. And those were the last words that my grandmother said to 11-year-old my mom, who was 11. And said, "I'm going away and I may not be back, but be a good girl and don't bring shame on the family." And my mother almost cries every time she tells it. Heck, I cry almost hearing about it. I'm like, oh, I've been 11. And I know how much I needed my mother at 11. And I cannot imagine her going away and never coming back. Oh. And a whole lot happened, in my mom's life after that. But at least her mom lived long enough to see her become 11 years old, to see the signs of a beautiful woman that would later blossom and become a powerful woman of God. Y'all, the point of this, and I'm so moved by these two stories, and I'm just moved because I know these two women and think of their mothers and the sacrifices that they made to get them here. The point is, y'all, at least if your dad ain't did nothing for you, at least he got you here. And some of y'all, it was your mama that was being just a horrible parent, didn't want you, left your daddy to raise y'all, just threw you to the wolves, and she went and did her thing. If that was your case, if your mama didn't do nothing else, if it wasn't been for her, you would not be here. At least, even through all that drama, you were born. Somebody raised you. It may not have been them. Somebody raised you to a point where you could take care of yourself. And now, y'all, if you are an adult, you live to be an adult. Now you can make your own choices. You ain't got to blame nobody. If they hadn't did this, you're old enough to make your own choices. You can change your own path. Whatever your parents did or didn't do, whether they were there or not, whether they were there and didn't even interact, or they were there and they were just a bad parent. If they got you to the point of an adult, or somebody did, you now have the chance to make your own choices, to change your future, to not repeat the mistakes of the past. At least they did that. And take responsibility for your own life. Lord, what do you want me to do? Ask God, what does he want for your life? Now, you know it's not the past. You know it ain't the mistakes that your parents made. But Lord, what do you want me to do with my life? Okay, I'm an adult now. Lord, what is your will for me? It's got to be better than what I've been doing, what I've came from, all the drama. Lord, what am I supposed to do with my life? That's what you need to do. Give me the strength to choose the right profession. Give me the strength to go here and there and make a difference in the world. Give me a strength to do it. I can do anything through Christ who gives me strength. Keep that in mind. I want to make this short. At least they did that. At least they did that. I don't care what the devil says, and you don't have to be held by what they did or didn't do. If you made it to be an adult, stand up on your own feet, take responsibility now for your life, and say, Lord, what do you want me to do?